Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers and members. What we do here, if you are new, is we react to the most disturbing and creepy videos from the internet and we go through the latest. If you like what you see, don't forget to sub up, turn on the notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. With that being said, let's roll.
Video is for entertainment purposes only.
They said welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
All right. Okay, focus on guys, hopefully they'll keep out the
There's a word for
So we've got floods now in New York. On top of all the floods that are going on in the world, New York are now having massive flash floods. And that was a serious flood going on right there. Let me know if you're from New York and if you've seen this, but this is literally just happened.
You know, sitting back and watching everything that is unfolding in our world right now, all these weather events that we're experiencing, the progress being made towards a physical third temple, the disqualified heifer being used in a practice ritual, this big bill that was recently passed that now prohibits the restriction of AI. AI is now being integrated into every area of our life, now every area of our government. We now have a new world payment system as of today, just in case anybody missed that one. I just have one thing to say, and I don't care what belief system you are. I don't care if you believe in God, don't believe in God, atheist, what religion you are. I don't care where you live, how old you are. I just have one thing to say. If you are here when somebody comes out and mandates that you receive something in order to buy food at the grocery store, in order for you to keep your job, in order for you to get your paycheck, in order for you to keep your vehicle, in order for you to get gas, in order for you to enter a hospital and get medical care. If you are here when somebody comes out and mandates that you receive something in order for you to participate in society, do not get it. And I could not care less if you do not believe me. I could not care less if you are laughing. I could not care less if you are going to blow this off, because there will come a moment in the very near future where somebody in this world will step out and they will mandate that every human being on this planet receive something permanent on their body in order for them to participate in society, in order for them to receive medical care, in order for them to have a baby in a hospital, in order for them to buy food for their family, in order for them to keep a job. It will be mandated. And if you reject it, you will be cut off from society. But if you get it, that is your surrender to Satan. If you get it, that is your eternity.
Yeah, here we are again on the religious conspiracy, which for me is definitely the biggest conspiracy of all things. It is, since I've been looking at it, it is I think it's bonkers. But you can't help but see everything that's going on that is happening in the world is leading down, the route of the book of Revelations, which is from the Bible, of the prophecies of what's going on right now. So you can't really deny it. It is happening. Where I'm at is people manufacturing this on purpose to follow a certain route, or is this actually being prophesied? Do you know what I mean? Or is that just a script of people that are around here? And the bit where I'm stuck is the person who created this world, I don't think would come in and be at war with people and fighting and killing people. I think that if people are at that type of level, that takes you away from being the actual creator of this world. I think the person who creates this world, who creates everything, because it wouldn't be, different people creating different religions. If you created the world and everything within the world, the universe, whatever you want, including any aliens or demons or whatever you want to call them, then you created it all for a reason. It's intelligent creation. So yeah, I don't think you would create all this and then come down and start warring with people. So any God that has participated in war, I find it hard to believe they are the creator of the world. But yeah, the Book of Revelations is unfolding right now. I'm just trying to uncover what is actually true and false, and what's being manufactured, and where the misinformation to secret spies or double agents, triple agents, quadruple agents. I'm trying to unpack all that, and it's very confusing.
Explain to me what you just made.
Okay, so on the Wii, they usually have a sensor bar that
Mm-hmm.
all it does is it irradiates infrared light, and the Wii remote detects infrared light. Candles also let out infrared light. So what we did is we set two candles perfectly away from each other, basically emulating what a sensor bar, Wii sensor bar official one, would do. But obviously it's not plugged into anything. All there is two candles, and because it's radiating infrared light, I can point it, I can select which character, Mario, go here.
And you made your own sensor bar.
Basically made my own sensor bar, yep.
Out of candles.
So now I can select which things I want to do, go in the game, and play.
It's unbelievable.
Wii. So basically this is just like my own little Wii here. Because I have a Wiimote, and the sensor bar we couldn't plug in correctly because the Wii wasn't working, so
that's crazy.
now we're in. So now I can play.
That is so awesome. That's so cool.
Wow, fair play to that old chap. He's certainly done some outside the box thinking there. I would never have been able to do that at his age, or at my age, actually. I think that a couple of candles would be able to be used for a sensor for Mario. That's crazy. But that feels like some old world knowledge, you know what I mean, that we just don't have anymore.
Wait a minute. In communist China, you only pay property tax one time and you own your home for a lifetime? Wait a minute. In China, you only pay tax one time on your vehicle and you don't have to replate it every year? Wait a minute. If you make under a certain amount of money, you don't pay income tax? They take your share from the very rich elite? Wait a minute now. For $20 US, you can buy a week's worth of groceries? Hold up. Hold up now. Wait a damn minute. You mean all parks and zoos and museums are free because they are public property? Wait a damn minute here. The US government has stepped in shit. We not only smell it, we see it, and they now know that we know it.
Yeah, what in the upside down world are we living in, people? Let's just go back to where this world should be, which is we pay our taxes, and with our taxes is provided a sufficient country run for the people. Exactly what he just said there about parks, zoos, play areas, infrastructure. It all should be free. This is paid with our money, but it's not. Everything is monetized. They take our money, they send it abroad, and then everything that they've got in assets in the country, they seem to sell off, privatize, and then we have to pay double for something because they want to make profit on top of what it all is. If everything was wholesale prices, whether that be electric, food, or anything else that you want to think of, it would be far cheaper. The problem we have in our country is inflation, and inflation comes from greedy billionaires wanting to make profits on top of profits on top of profits on top of profits.
Like, what's going on in this country? Why are a small number of pretty sleazy people collecting all the money and everyone else is like going backward, which is happening? And why are they? No, I'm serious. And those people, no matter what they do, are never punished for anything. Like, no matter what they do, they're never punished for anything. Bill Ackman goes on TV and is like, Herbalife is terrible. Driving down, this is very common, using CNBC to drive down stock prices and then betting against them in the markets, called shorting. How in the world does that benefit the American economy? How is that capitalism as we were taught as kids? How is charging 30% on a credit card legal? When the mafia tried that, they went to jail under RICO. But that's suddenly allowed? A buddy of mine's daughter just got in trouble with a car loan. She refinanced her car at 40% interest. I said, let's get and go get the money back.
Yeah, I'm not going to harp on about it, but the system benefits the select few. Most of us, we are in a slave system. Whoa. Lightning hitting the World Trade Center. That has got to be from a disaster movie somewhere along the lines, because that is pretty crazy.
There's a village at the bottom of the Grand Canyon where the mail is delivered by mule. Welcome to Supai, Arizona, the most remote town in the continental United States. You can't drive here. You can't fly here. To reach it, you hike 8 miles down into the canyon or take a helicopter. But over 200 people live here, tucked beneath the canyon walls. The Havasupai tribe has called this land home for centuries. They live with the red rock, not against it. The village is quiet. No roads, no cars, no traffic lights, just footpaths, river water, and time. Even now, letters and packages are delivered on the backs of mules, one careful step at a time. And just beyond the village, some of the most unreal waterfalls in the world. Bright turquoise crashing down desert cliffs like a dream. It doesn't feel like Arizona. It barely feels like Earth. Supai isn't built for tourists. It's built for survival, for tradition, for stillness. Would you ever visit this remote village? Follow for more strange and hidden places around the world.
Wow, okay. Does that sound like paradise to anybody else? They must still get their post delivered by carrier pigeon as well. I mean, what a way to live. A mule with your shopping, carrier pigeon for your post. I presume you're not going to be getting any TikToks or reaction channels if I'm living there, though. That's the only problem, because I don't think they're going to have it now.
Y'all, the people in China are calling out for help. This is like day number 10 of this excruciating heat that's going on in China. Y'all see that? That's their makeup. It is so hot out there that the sun is melting the makeup off their face.
Since July started, the extreme heat has been unbearable. Many women have faced the embarrassing situation of having their makeup melt off when they go outside. People thought it was bad makeup, but it was just the heat causing it to melt. Recently, a woman from Qingdao went away for 2 days, and when she returned, the eggs at home had turned into chicks. These 3 boxes of eggs were left at home when we went back to our hometown. We thought they'd probably go bad by the time we came back, but the temperature was over 40 degrees Celsius, and when we returned, all the eggs had hatched into chicks. We were running everywhere. Out of 90 eggs, about 70 hatched. We sent them back to our hometown to be raised, but there are still a few here for the kids to play with. Recently, a citizen in Liaocheng, Shandong, recorded a scene where chicks hatched during transport. The extreme heat sped up the hatching process, and some chicks broke out of their shells while still being transported. In Tai'an, Shandong, because of the high ground temperature, a truck carrying over 190 pigs had all the pigs faint from heat stroke. The local fire department had to rush to the scene and use high-pressure water to cool the truck down, saving the pigs and the farmer's property.
Yeah, it's so hot in the streets that apparently they are cooking crabs.
Red and orange heat warnings. The heat is relentless, with regions like Shandong and Henan being hit especially hard. People in
The animals can't even stand on the street. They can't walk on the street. That's how hot it is. Look at this.
39 degrees Celsius for several days, sometimes even going over 40 degrees. Ground temperature has reached over 50 degrees Celsius, with humidity levels between 60% and 80%. The combination of heat and humidity makes it feel stifling. The streets are filled with a heavy, suffocating heat, and people are rushing around like ants in a hot pan, desperately looking for any kind of relief.
So at this point, what do you do? Because it's not like the sun's going away. I'm telling y'all, it's going to get a lot more interesting, y'all. China's going through it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more. Let's get it. Peace in.
Well, okay, 39 degrees. That is pretty hot. I'm in Albania. We've had highs of 37. For me, it's ideal sunbathing weather. I'm not gonna lie. Wouldn't want to work in it though.
Okay, so I'm crazy for believing that like there's a galactic federation that is watching over us, and that there are light ones and there are evil ones. And then there's some powerful guys that have been harvesting the energy of the planet, and they're just like trying to strengthen themselves, and they strengthen themselves the more scared that we are. Why am I crazy to think that? There's a galactic federation of extraterrestrial beings. I think they come from the water. I think it's beyond the ice wall. There's just more shit. It's not up there. It's out there. And then people are like, yeah, but you think the earth is flat? Yeah, but why don't you? Like, just open your horizons, big dog. Like, think about it. Okay. Everything that has been spoon-fed to you is supposed to be the truth, right? Because they're supposed to be on our side. Honestly, if you believe the government is on your side, don't even talk to me. But then you will talk to me because you're probably a reflection of my unconscious. You're trying to mirror an unseen aspect of myself that is still triggered by this shit. I love you.
But like, it's just hard to believe at this point.
Yeah, that's like the dialogue I have with myself all the time. I literally talk to myself trying to answer questions, and then like I disagree with myself because it's like a reflection of like you trying to work something out, and then other people's opinions that come into it. And while you're going through this process of awakening, I suppose I'm going to call it, you're trying to work all this stuff out yourself. But the reason I always say I don't believe anything is because I know that what you uncover, you know, when you first start, you'll probably not agree with that in 12 months' time. Like I've gone through a massive process of thinking, oh, it could be X, Y, and Z, but never really believing it. But then a year later, when you keep on researching it, then you think, oh no, actually, it could be something else. For example, UFOs. The first thing when you start realizing they're around, you think they're aliens because that's what you're told. They're from different planets. But then you keep going down the rabbit holes, and then you suddenly think, oh, actually, it could be interdimensional. Then you go from that, and then you start realizing that there's theoretically time travel could be possible. And if we were time travelers, then in the future, once we worked it out, we probably would come back and look at ourselves historically. So it could be time travelers. I mean, and then you start thinking that Donald Trump's a time traveler. And then suddenly you're just down all kind of rabbit holes. But you don't know what's true or what's not. You're just living in some weird world, which is everything you've seen as sci-fi as a kid, you realize could actually all be true, including Thor. Yes. When I reflect on that whole process leading up to the elections, the one thing that I always look back on is that situation. It just felt so fake to me. It didn't feel real. It felt all staged. And everything he kept saying about everything being central casting, it was kind of, you was looking at, he weren't part of it. It was everything else around him that seems a bit off. Didn't really see it with him. But that one thing felt staged. And I don't know if it was staged in just wanting to get numbers for votes, or if it is part of, you know, the one big show that we're living in, the one big simulation Earth school, I was going to say, but it's not. It's Earth show, the Earth show.
It took me 28 years to realize something crazy in Snow White. We all know the story of Snow White, who falls into a coma after biting the poisonous apple. And in the end, the love's first kiss wakes her up. At least this is what we've always believed, until now. Check this out. In the movie, we are presented with the words so beautiful, even in death, hinting at her actually dying at the end. Think about it. Snow White and the prince say goodbye to the dwarfs, rather than bring them along, because they're going somewhere the living can't follow. That's why the castle is surrounded by clouds and a golden light, as it actually represents heaven. So this means the prince was never a prince, but her guardian angel. And Snow White never actually woke up. Childhood ruined.
Oh, okay. So they went to heaven. Well, better than this shizzle show, innit?
It's absolutely incredible how the frequency has risen beyond anything that was ever expected. And the Intergalactic Council had to take time out recently to discuss what is happening on Earth, because it's beyond anything that has ever been expected. And so many light workers are now moving into the 6th and 7th dimension. Even in the golden era of Atlantis, they couldn't maintain a physical body and held the 6th dimensional and 7th dimensional frequency while in a body. And now, for the first time ever on this planet, this is happening. If that isn't awesome, I don't know what is.
6th and 7th dimension. I'm not sure if I felt the 4th or 5th. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a tug of war. I feel like I go through like different parts. Like, 1 minute I'm in a, you know, I'm going to call it a new Earth, shizzle Earth. Like 1 minute I feel like we're in a good place, and then I feel like we're changing. We're back in it. It's like a tug of war. I'm not too sure. I'm not just going into better realms. I seem to be flipping in and out of the shizzle realm and the not so shizzle realm. What do you think's going on? What's your experiences? Let me know in the comments.
Look at that streak across the sky, y'all. It's 2:48 in the morning. What the is that? This is long streak across the sky here at 2:48 a.m. I'm just getting home from my gig at Swig. And I noticed this up in the sky. I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. No rainbow, nothing like that in the sky at night. In the early morning, wee hours of the morning. What the is that? Okay, y'all. Feedback? Tell me what's going on. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Okay, y'all? Okay, let me walk back to my car and get my ass home. But yeah, that's what's going on in the night sky here. I hear Parker said early in the morning. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got that on film. What the is that?
Yeah, what in the Northern Lights is going on there? People say Northern Lights. I think there's some weird Northern Lights that happen. I don't even know what causes Northern Lights in a simplified way of putting it, but that don't look normal to me. Don't see that in the sky every day where I'm from and wherever I've travelled. Not seen that. That looks like some new Earth stuff right there, or some alien activity, or some crazy science project that is happening with frequency and vibrations and some quantum entanglement.
The CIA had a program to trace this alien DNA in certain families in the United States, that certain families, and particularly their children, were of interest to CIA. I don't know, I didn't know what to make of it back then, but you start talking about the GATE program and subsequent studies of children and their capabilities and their abilities to do certain psionic things. That now comes to my mind.
Yes, so certain gifted people with from a gifted bloodline. Like there's some weird stuff going on with tracking bloodlines as well throughout human history. And apparently you can track it all the way back to biblical times. And some people believe, they're like the descendants of Nimrod and stuff. And they think they're more superior than humans or something or other. Don't know too much about it. Just heard whispers and podcasts, but it's fascinating stuff.
Is it me, or do the sky look like it's closer to us? I don't know. Am I tripping? Don't them clouds look like they right there?
I zoomed out. I zoomed out of it. Now watch it cover it again. Yo, that's wild. Look at it's falling. So sweet.
There was so many videos. I just clipped 2 together because I thought I'd put it on because there was loads of them. I don't know if it's a joke or what, and I can't really make it out in the videos because it's on the videos. But let me know if you can work out whether them clouds are coming down. But there's a lot of videos on TikTok saying that the clouds are falling or they're really low and they've never seen them. So without physically seeing it, it's going to be hard on a camera, I think. But yeah, let me know what you think. Or let me know if you've got some clouds tearing around your street. Really low down.
9. These are the floods from Indonesia today, flooding from Nepal yesterday, floods in Arkansas today, New Mexico yesterday, historic flooding in New Zealand last week, flash floods in Oklahoma today, Texas just a few days ago. Bangladesh is getting hammered with floods as well. There was a sudden storm that flooded Split.
Yeah. Floods everywhere. That's exactly what I'm saying. Floods are everywhere. And not to mention at the start of the video, we showed you New York of what's going on there. Crazy world, people. But that is the end of the show. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the support. And I'll be back again tomorrow.